Imagine, just for a breath, an existence so complete, so utterly boundless, it knows no other. Infinite. A seamless ocean of pure being, without shore, without reflection. Now, the first paradox, the original enigma. How does everything truly know itself when there is nothing but itself? What if, through an inherent impulse towards self-knowing, or perhaps out of a boundless creativity, this all-consciousness chose to forget? To weave a dream of limitation, a breathtaking illusion of separation, just to experience the thrill of rediscovery. What if you, this precious, fleeting sense of I, are not an accident, but a deliberate fragmentation? A single ray of that infinite light, choosing to believe it is only a flicker. We are born into this dream already forgetful, already searching for a home we don't consciously remember leaving. The quest for meaning, for self, for peace, is it not the echo of that first forgetting, the infinite calling itself back through the very veils it so masterfully created? And so the play begins. Our world, the world we navigate with such conviction, is built on distinctions: up, down, light, dark, good, evil, me, and everything that is not me. Language itself, our primary tool for understanding, is a carver of divisions. It sorts the world into clear lines and hazy backgrounds, the us and the them, the right and the wrong. And we cling to one side, don't we? We strive to make the yang win over the yin, to have the white without the black. We believe improvement means eliminating the negative. If only I had more money, more security, more connection, then I would be at peace. But have you noticed? Each new peak reveals another valley. Each problem solved births a new anxiety. We are like someone trying to bite their own teeth. This relentless pursuit, this self-seeking, is based on a fundamental misunderstanding. We try to grasp the thinker behind the thoughts, the feeler behind the feelings. But this thinker, this I, is itself just another thought in the stream, a ripple convinced it is separate from the ocean. We are devouring the menu, forgetting the feast. For consciousness to experience, it dons the masks. The subject-object split, the most convincing illusion ever staged. In every act of seeing, a seer is born and a scenery unfurls. In every hearing, a hearer materializes and a sound is sculpted from silence. But this division, this'm here and world there, is an artistry, not an ultimate truth. You think you are the one seeing these words, hearing this voice? But what if the seeing is consciousness looking through the aperture of your eyes? What if the hearing is consciousness listening through the delicate mechanism of your ears? The brain doing the mind, or the mind doing the brain. They are both doing each other, but both are being done by something which is neither. A dance so intricate the dancers forget they are one. This world, with its beautiful terrors and terrible beauties, is not a prison, but a playground meticulously designed for the game of hide and seek. A game where the hider and the seeker are the same. The intensity of the forgetting is the measure of the game's success. For the joy of experience, the belief in the moment must be absolute. And yet, there are glitches in the forgetting. Moments that tear the fabric of the ordinary. A sudden, overwhelming sensation that you are not a stranger here, but the very essence of here. An inexplicable conviction that every joy, every sorrow, every apparent mistake is woven into a pattern of breathtaking harmony. This isn't philosophy. It's an experience as unpredictable as measles, they say. It's the infinite peeking through the finite. This is not an attainment of something new, but a recognition of what was always present, merely overlooked. Consciousness, stirring in its dream, beginning to remember itself. Forgetting creates contrast, and all knowledge, all experience is born of contrast. The yes needs the no to be heard. The form needs the void to take shape. This feeling of I am is so vivid precisely because of the backdrop of the forgotten, the before I was, the after I ceased to be as this particular form. Death, then, is not an enemy in the future, but the silent partner from the past that gives life its sharp, precious edge. So, who are you in this grand play? Not the masks alone, not the character you've so diligently crafted. The awakening isn't about becoming something you are not. It's about recognizing what you always have been. It's realizing that the world isn't something you confront, but something you are. The external world becomes your own body. You are the consciousness that dreamt itself into this role, this beautiful temporary costume of flesh and thought. When you deeply inquire, who am I? And the layers of identification peel away. The name, the story, the body, the thoughts. What remains is not an emptiness of lack, but an emptiness of infinite potential. The gateless gate, the mind you cannot find when you search for it with the mind. And in that not finding a profound peace. What if the problem you've been trying to solve was never a problem to begin with? What if the self you've been trying to fix, to perfect, to save, is an illusion? A beautiful, intricate dance of thoughts and sensations, but not a fixed thing. You are that consciousness, the seer and the scenery, the experiencer and the experienced, the doer and what happens. These are not two. The opposites are in a secret conspiracy. They define each other, arise together like the front and back of a hand. You cannot have light without darkness, sound without silence, self without other. This isn't a battle to be won, but a dance to be recognized. There is only consciousness constantly experiencing itself as subject and object. You are the source of both. The notion of a separate doer and a separate deed dissolves. What you do is what happens. What happens is what you do. It's all one flowing, indivisible current. How does this change the dream? It's not about achieving a perpetual state of bliss or an escape from human experience. It's about a shift in perception, the struggle to improve the self or the world, in the old sense of eliminating one half of reality, dissolves. You realize the futility of trying to make white win. There's a lightness that comes with this, a freedom in feeling stuck or not stuck, knowing that nothing can truly stick to the real mind. You begin to witness the stream of thoughts without being swept away by it. You see the I thought arise and pass like any other sensation. There's no need to control it, only to observe. Think of an unseen weaver. Each experience, each joy, each sorrow, each thought, each breath, a thread. The pattern may seem chaotic from up close, full of struggle and contradiction. But from a wider perspective, a deeper knowing, every thread is essential. Every moment is part of a harmonious design. The very act of being alive is the meaning. This isn't about passivity. It's about acting from a place of wholeness, not from a sense of lack or fear. When you know you are not separate, compassion arises naturally. When you understand that what you do is what happens to you, and what happens to you is what you do, a profound sense of responsibility and interconnectedness dawns. Daily life becomes the canvas for this remembered consciousness. Every encounter, a meeting of itself. Every challenge, a new way for experience to deepen understanding. The meaning of being alive is this aliveness, this constant unfolding, this cycle of forgetting and remembering, through which consciousness explores its infinite facets. This isn't a destination, a final answer carved in stone. Language can only point, like a finger gesturing towards the moon. Don't mistake the finger for the moon. As long as there are words, concepts, it's not quite that. The true invitation is beyond words. It is to be the stillness in which the play unfolds. To be the awareness that witnesses the dream, the forgetting, and the remembering without judgment, without clinging. No real sacrifice is required, only the relinquishing of an illusion. The dream continues, beautiful, terrible, wondrous. But now you know the dreamer. And the dreamer is you. rest in that knowing.